Hello, everybody. My name is Kate. I am self-isolating at home with children, and I am physically stuffed.
I'm Maggie. I am working from home, so I am mentally stuffed.
And I'm Kehal, and I'm stuck at home all day with my husband, so we're about ready to tell each other to get stuffed.
We're the three stuffed mums.
And this is the viral edition. So welcome, everybody. Hi.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands, jazz hands. So, ladies, we're up to episode 2. This is very, very exciting.
Yay.
Wow, the villagers haven't come with torches yet. We're good to go.
Yeah. So just while we're letting everybody get on and saying hello and welcome, let's just welcome a few people to our show. We've got Karen. Hi, Karen.
And Melissa. Hey, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. Lovely to see you. So if you're watching the show, if you would like to leave us a comment, you just type it in the bottom. My mum was watching the show last episode, in episode 1, and
Bad thing.
I found out from her afterwards that she spent the whole time trying to put a comment on the screen.
Oh.
So they watched, Mum and Dad are watching it from the iPad. Hi, Mum and Dad, if you're watching tonight. They somehow swiped the screen somewhere, and that's how they got the messages to come up. So if you can't see the messages come up, I'm not sure. Just keep poking around on the screen, and something will come up, and then you can be able to type in. So if you're on your laptop, it's pretty obvious where you type in. On your phone, I think it's pretty easy as well. And yeah, so that's for if you're watching and you don't know how to make a comment, like my mother did, that's what you do.
Well, because there are so many people trying to make comments.
Exactly. And we'll say a quick shout out to Kim, hello, and Glenn from the living room.
From back there, yeah, from his office. And Lewis, how rude. Happy Thursday. We came back, so it wasn't all bad. Thanks.
Yay! Thank you very much for coming back.
And Kylie. Oh, Kylie.
And Kylie.
Hey, Kylie.
Hi, Kylie. Hello. Is that Kylie related to you, Kylie? K-How?
No, Kylie is just a good friend.
Oh, that's right. Yes. But
Yeah.
there was something about her and Glenn and Hawthorne jumpers, I remember correctly.
Oh, no, that was Tracy. That was the other. Kylie and Tracy helped us out a lot in the first season of Titters. They did all our flyering and everything.
That's
remember?
right. Yes. Yeah. And we've also got Rach. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
Right.
And we've also got Lynn. Hello, Lynn. And we've got some tech suggestions from Glenn to use Firefox if you're having a problem.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm using.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're giving out tech advice now. I don't know that we're qualified for tech advice.
Qualified.
No.
I'm not.
But
my grandson, all my grandchildren can use iPhones. And what kind of phone did you have, Grandma? I'm like, well, I had 2 tin cans and a string. And I still had better reception than Vodafone.
Oh,
Hey.
can I just say like a really special shout out to I see George is there. He says I'm at my mum's watching. That's they're in Scotland, they're in Glasgow, and I grew up with George. He's my cousin, and June is also my cousin, his mum, and like she's my other mother. I had 3 mothers. I had my mum, I had my sister Irene. Well, I've still got my sister Irene, and I've got June, and big love to June and Monty. I miss you guys so much.
Oh, awesome. Yay.
I need a tissue.
Sorry to show
Oh, Maggie, you're getting a comment on your hair. Such a girl show. Love your hair.
We've got to take the hair comments now because we don't know how long it's going to be till we're going to laugh it up while we still can.
Oh, okay. That's Rach. She said, yeah, it's just Rach with an extra E, so you're doing
Oh, yes, fabulous. And I also want to have a quick shout out to Kate. This is Kate and I went to uni together, and we came up with best jokes about Kate's. Like, so one of our things that we used to tell each other at uni or tell other people at uni was, what do you call 2 Kates? Duplicate.
Oh.
They were much funnier in the pub, quite clearly. They were quite
Well, you were talking through a few glasses at that time.
But I think I would just say my favourite Kate joke was, what do you call an X-rated Kate?
Don't know.
Fornicate.
Ooh.
It's past 8 o'clock. We can say
I
that
think
one.
we should stop. We should eradicate. Hey!
There you go. And quick shout out to Avis too. Hi, Avis.
Avis and her husband David. David's in the fire service as well. So,
All right, so we've knocked off show number 1. This is show number 2. We're going to get a little bit serious in this show because we've got some segments, which is exciting.
Structure. Be still, my Virgo heart.
We thought we'd keep everyone. We thought we'd keep everyone a little bit on track. So we've got some sessions tonight, but we do have a section later called "Go Ask Your Mothers." So if you've got any questions that you would like some advice on from your mums, have a bit of a think about that. Pop them in the comments box, and we might be able to give you some unsolicited advice. Or, but the advice
Like
is
mothers. Most mothers' advice is unsolicited.
yes.
Disclaimer, Kate.
Yeah, it's a disclaimer that all advice is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, right. Please don't do what we actually say.
Don't take our-
Unless it makes sense to you.
Maggie's got a book that says "Don't take our advice." So yeah, so it's in
We're
writing.
still
so
getting Kate jokes. What have you started?
here's the other one from Kate. What do you call Kate in an evening dress? Sophisticate. Thank you, Kate.
Rod Lewis goes, "Grown. I really hated those jokes. Oh, just as bad. Oh my gosh. Stop. You're killing me."
All right, let's get stuck into the session of, look at this, I'm going to put our first session. Ready? Can we have, I think we need a drum roll. So let's have, welcome to the drum roll for session number 1. It is, hang on.
Just knock something over on my desk.
Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Welcome to Isolation.
Oh my goodness. Banners. Jesus.
Ah, clever. So,
Let's get a start, Kate.
well, I just want to explain what an isolation is. It's like an observation, but it's about observations about isolation. So we've mixed the two things together and we've got isolations. So maybe next week we can have some background music to go with that. But we're isolating. So what have we isolated over the last couple of days, ladies, about isolation and this fabulous time that we're in right now in lockdown?
I've got 2 things for isolations tonight. First thing is this afternoon, I was driving along with the hubby and we went past a guy who was doing drive-through haircuts in his front yard. And he even had a neon barber's pole going outside.
Oh my.
And it was even
Discover.
set up for the rain so that you could just drive through. I just
Oh
think the haircuts might be a bit one-sided.
Wow.
Oh, good.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
So,
that's one of the good things about this. People are getting so creative about stuff. It's hilarious.
so getting,
You know, I worry that if you don't get out of the car, is one side going to be really nice and one side really terrible?
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
wondering, if you drive through the first time, you get the one side of your hair done, and then you have to go through as the passenger.
Get
You get
the opposite way. Come in through the opposite way for the other side.
Yeah.
Can you drive me to get the other half of my hair cut?
That's right. Just reverse up, U-turn.
That's all. And
Change seats.
yeah, and having the barber pole, like, that's solid commitment. Well done.
Oh, that's
Solid. Mm.
Mm.
So
that's
that
something you would go to. That's like they really thought about that.
My other isolation was just the other day when I was sitting in the row at the supermarket to get in. All the older people were going in because it wasn't 8 o'clock yet. They weren't keeping us. And all the older people are coming out with toilet paper, giving it. And we're waiting and waiting. And there was a guy in front of me. He was first and I was second. And we were ready to go in. And he was saying, if I need toilet paper, I haven't got any. I actually found myself agreeing to cut a deal with him if I got toilet paper and he didn't. Somebody told me a month ago I'd be cutting a deal for toilet paper outside the supermarket at 8 o'clock in the morning. I would not believe them.
Yeah. Selling crack, Maggie, doesn't she? Selling crack paraphernalia.
But even like,
that guy said, I didn't have any toilet paper. I'm surprised people didn't move away from him in the line. It's like, oh, Jesus.
but even the concept of toilet paper being a splittable item, like normally it would just be that whole packet's mine, but now it's like, oh yeah, here, have a roll.
Oh, it's splittable now. But see, hubby and I were even like talking about alternatives, you know, like you can get really cheap microfiber cloths from Aldi that are washable. I mean, we wash nappies, you just put them in nappy sand. So, you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't get the TP.
Yeah. Note to myself: don't use the bathroom at Maggie's house.
Oh, don't get TP. Don't worry.
Don't wash your clothes at Maggie's house.
I had a thing on my page. I'm like, are tortillas flushable? Asking for a friend. Yeah, people are getting quite desperate. It's like the beginning of 2020. Yay, this is my year. March 14th. I'm wiping my ass with a coffee filter. What happened?
Well, like I always hear the stories about like my grandparents and people of that generation used to use newspapers and the yellow pages and all that sort of stuff. The yellow pages came the other day and it was like this thick, and that's not going to last you any longer than a week, I'm sure. Like,
well, I used to go and visit my granddad, and he lived in what was called a single end in Glasgow. And those houses, those flats didn't have toilets. They had one toilet on the stair that was shared by all the families in that landing. And there was never really toilet paper there. It was always newspaper.
Bring your own. Yeah.
And
you clean paper, and then you like crumple it up, right, to make it something. Make it soften it out. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but then you've got like last night's headlines on your backside till you hit the bath.
All right, I'm going to wrap up this toilet paper conversation because we've got something way more exciting too. We've got our second segment for the night. So Maggie, do you want to introduce this one for us, please?
Okay. Do you have to do a preamble? Or do you want to do that?
No, I reckon I'm just going to show the title and you just go for it.
Okay. Let's get ready to mumble with K-How Jackson.
Oh, really? Me? Okay, here's the thing.
K-How's going to have a bit of a mumble, a bit of a grumble about what's been going on.
I'm going to have a bit of a mumble grumble. And the reason for this is because I saw a thing where women were encouraged to make their bras into COVID-19 masks, okay, to get out and, whatever. Now, there's a couple of problems with that. First of all, not all cup sizes are equal or efficient. And I'll get to that. I'll demonstrate in a minute. Secondly, it's a good bet that women pay roughly for a good bra. You pay like $80. You can easily pay $80 for a really good bra. And no woman in their right mind is going to cut that sucker up just to make a mask. I mean, it'll have to be like bubonic plague or something way worse than this for us to do that. And thirdly, why is it only women that are asked to make masks out of their underwear? Nobody's asking men to strap that cup on, that athletic cup onto their face. Hey, can you imagine all the athletes? They all got one. They can go right back to work. They'll be professional sports again. They all be like socially responsible. They all have the thing. You know why they don't do it? Because they know where that's been. But just quietly, let me demonstrate the first thing, which is not all cup sizes work for this. Okay. Now I'm using my own personal. Obviously, I didn't rate anybody else's line. I'm using my own personal bra here, and I will show you how impractical this is going to be. Now, if I made a mask out of this is how it would be. You see the problem? This is where my chin is here. I got nothing. Okay. Now, if you were smaller than me, quite possibly that would work. But it doesn't work for me. But I thought, you know what? Why don't we have fun with it? Why don't we use our bras for other things? Mask is so like tech, it's just so like just business. So I thought, well, let's have a little fun. So I made a top 10 list, which you're free to add to. I can see all these other people signing on. Hello, hello. Sorry, we didn't get to say hello to everybody, but signing on. And so we are.
My mum's just gone, oh no.
She knows me too well. Okay, first of all, you can make a hand puppet. A couple of eyes here, you got Kermit the Frog. Or, like, feed me more. You got a hand puppet. Or you can have like a pirate. That's pretty easy to do, right? Just, Or you can be like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Esmeralda. Okay. Or you can be like World War I flying ace, right? Oh, what is that? Yeah, Snoopy and the Red Dragon. Or I guess is this Handmaid's Tale as well? Is that it?
No, the other way. It's tail.
I'm having trouble.
Why are
my left and my right? Okay, never mind. I'll just look at myself. Okay, now you have. Oh yeah, you got Princess Leia. Okay, no, this way. Oh fuck it. I love you, hon. Okay, or you get the human fly. This way. No, this way. I'm confused. All right, the human fly. Or it's just, there's my favorite. This is Meghan Markle. You know what I mean? When you join the royal family, they have this hat fetish. And so she had to learn to wear hats. And her first attempt was not all that great, but she had that little off the side number that she wore, which is, I don't get away with that. That wasn't so much. And then there's the what?
That can be called the Meghan Markle.
And then you've got that World War II poster, with the woman that's got, this has to be a red bra for it to really work, but you can do it. And then, here's my personal favorite. This is the one my husband loves the most because he's so weird. The Flying Nun. This is like, there you go. And finally, according to, there was a report, shut up. There's a report on the ABC by scientists are saying that you could possibly transmit COVID-19 through farting. So this would be perfect. You could just strap this onto your butt and you could be very shapely and socially responsible at the same time. So I'm just saying, you wouldn't be able to do this if you're Kim Kardashian. You'd have to stuff that quite a bit. All I'm saying is, just have fun with it. Come up with your own. By the way, I would love to see you send us pictures on our page of stuff that you've done. I would love to see that. Because you can do everything. You got knee pads. You have you can do you can do medicals. It's just fun with bras. Hey.
Well, William said that you could do a Mickey Mouse.
Oh, true.
And I love this one from Rod. He said the pirate looked more like Phantom.
Mickey Mouse. Oh, no.
No, I think if you put it so that the cups were like.
Yeah, up, yeah.
What is it? I don't know what's going on. You get out a bra and try it. My head is only so, my bra is only so, whatever. Thanks a lot, Rod, by the way. Ian Barge said it won't work for me. Get that athletic cup out. You'd be surprised what you could do.
Oh, gosh, that was just hilarious.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse. Oh, thanks, Ian. Your bra is too big. Not for me. The pirate looks like Phantom of the Opera.
What was that?
The music of the night. Anyway, that's just my take on the whole bra thing. So if you've got something at home, if you've got a bra that you would like to make something out of, I don't care what it is, please send us a photo, because that's just the top 10 that I thought of. You know, there was another one which I would, a couple that we won't do. They're pretty awful. But, you know, send it to us because I would love to see it. I think that's really fun. And it's a little bit more creative than just making a mask, which I'm not cutting up an $80 bra for that. Sorry.
Oh, that's so funny. Alrighty, so now let's move on. Let's keep it moving. Oh, hang on, I just got to type in go. So now we're going to go ask your mothers. So you know how like that seems to be the saying for people, or so when sometimes dads get pummeled with questions by their kids, and they
their answer is go ask your mother.
Go ask your mother. So we just thought let's bring that in as a segment as well. So let's go ask your mother. So does anybody have a question for the mums that they would like answered? Maybe there's a problem that you're struggling with at the moment that it's got to do with ISO, or that's got to do with trying to cook all these meals at the moment for everybody in the house. I saw somebody say that they're putting their dishwasher on 3 times a day at the moment, which I thought was reasonable. So if you're having problems like that, just something that's just like, annoying you, let us know. Here we go. Rod's got a question.
Of course.
Mum, why do I have to eat the Brussels sprouts? Who would like to answer that one?
Rod, yeah, I'll take that one. Because, Rod, if you don't eat the Brussels sprouts, certain things will happen. Things like they will become the Christmas ornaments and I will make you spray paint them with silver. They will become your Easter treat. And no, that's not a Cadbury's cream egg. It's a 9-month-old Brussels sprout. And the other reason, and the final reason, is because if you don't eat them, I will have to.
I hate Brussels sprouts.
See, I've only just come to Brussels sprouts in the last couple of years because I live near Wollonga Farmers Markets, and they have Brussels sprouts at Wollonga's Farmers Markets, and I eat them, and I don't actually understand what you guys are all going on about why they taste so bad. So
it's like eating a very tiny boiled cabbage. I'm just not into it.
Have they changed flavors over the years, or like what is it? Cooking methods? Like what's the deal?
It's cooking method, because I have a friend who you haven't had them the way I make them. I fry them really quickly and I put a little garlic and I put this. I'm like, it's still a Brussels sprout. You can spray a turd with gold and it's still shit. So all I'm saying is I'm not eating it. Although my husband loves those, so I have to make it for him. But I don't know how to really do it. I went to the farmer's market and I got fresh ones, and they would tell me the best way to do it. I would try it, and I might like it because I like vegetables.
Yeah, and then Lynn's kids love Brussels sprouts. I think maybe, I don't know if you guys have just been like emotionally, here we go, this is a good idea. Rach says fry them up with bacon.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I reckon a lot of people would say just eat the bacon, but that would be a good idea.
yeah, exactly. I was going to say, yay, bacon.
I remember when my mum cooked them, she used to put, it was some kind of little seeds or herbs or something on them. I mean, it could have been illegal. I don't know. Maybe that's the and it didn't seem so strong in taste. So if anybody knows but I seem to remember wee black and white seeds.
Would they be sesame seed, black and white sesame seeds? Uncooked quinoa?
Sesame seeds are
in the 1960s in Scotland.
Was it like
even
the bits of broken tooth, or I don't know.
Whose teeth were the black ones? That was the problem.
I don't know. Was it asbestos or was it the 60s?
Oh, could be.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big.
The black bits could have just been the scrapings from the pan that didn't get washed off the night before.
See, the problem is, sorry. See, at my age, my parents I grew up at the end of the whole Depression and World War II thing, where in Hawaii, all the fresh stuff was taken by the army, as martial law in Hawaii. And so we didn't get fresh vegetables. So I grew up with my parents having been used to eating stuff out of a can. And so, like, my mother would love asparagus. Have you ever eaten asparagus out of a can? It's like white. I don't know what it is, but it's no longer asparagus. And you can eat it with like a straw. It is so soft and yucky. And I hated asparagus for years until I realized they don't actually look like that. And when I ate it fresh, steamed or, quick fried with a little garlic or whatever, I was like, oh, I love these, right? So part of it is preparation, because when you eat anything out of a can, it's like, that's like your last resort, should be your last resort.
Yeah.
Now they quick freeze everything. That's a lot better. You don't get as much canned stuff, right? And you don't use as many cans in cooking anymore, but oh my God, in the 50s, everything was mush. It's like, should that asparagus be army green? I'm not sure that's its natural color.
But I thought I'd just share some of the comments. William thought that maybe that the cooking of the Brussels sprouts could be a Poole Street cooking challenge.
That's our neighbors on my street have decided to do a cook-off. And so we post all the stuff that we're cooking and baking and all of that, because we plan when this all thing blows over, we'll get together and we'll just have a big block party with like food galore, and everybody makes their favorite thing and all that, which has been really great, whatever. And so that might be a thing. Oh God, Julie, she said the white stuff, maybe it was dandruff.
maybe it was. And Stephen said maybe it was ebony and ivory.
That man sits in the other room. I've got no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh, Karen Jameson, she touched on a soft spot for me, just like Spam. I love Spam. I grew up in Hawaii. People in Hawaii eat 3 times the national average of Spam in the entire U.S. And that, again, comes from World War II, where we didn't have fresh meat. And so we were eating canned meat, except in Hawaii. We really liked it. But people don't know how to cook it. People go, it's really, it's got out of the can. Everyone might make, you're supposed to cook that sucker, right? You don't eat it out of the can. So, yeah. What do you want? I can't change anybody's opinion, but I love Spam.
I've heard you can
lemon rice.
Like you get it out of the can and then you grate it onto pizzas. I've heard somebody doing that. That's the only thing I've ever heard from you.
That would be like ham then, using ham. No, you slice it and then you fry it till it's crispy on the crispy. And then, you eat it for breakfast, you eat it with eggs, or you eat it with fried rice or whatever. In Hawaii, it's like, in Hawaii, every year, there is a Spam festival in Waikiki, and all the top chefs from all the hotels and from the mainland come in, and they make all these dishes with Spam. And thousands of people go to this. You can laugh, but white people, you don't know how to eat. I'm sorry. So just one day I will do that for you. And then we even eat Spam musubi, which is like, like rice, like, Japanese musubi, right? So we make a Spam, the rice, the Spam on top, and is wrapped with the nori, right? The seaweed. And when Obama first became president and he came home for his first Christmas in Hawaii, he was walking around eating a Spam musubi, and the U.S. press they freaked. Like, what the hell is that? What is he eating it? And all of that. It was hilarious. But all the Hawaii people are like, oh yeah, he's a brother. Oh yeah. He's still part of that gang, you know what I mean? We are a little strange in Hawaii. We're far away from the mainland, so we try to keep it that way.
And I can almost guarantee you, everybody watching us at our 3 month edition, we're not going to hear the words top chefs and Spam.
I'm telling you, Gordon Ramsay just filmed a segment in Hawaii where he was cooking Spam.
Oh my
God. Exactly. So he grew up eating that at home.
Yeah.
But at least he had the brains to know you have to cook it. So we were good.
Oh my God. How's this one for you? You're now spamming us with too much info about us.
I don't care what you say. I always have Spam in my pantry.
Glenn's come up with a good idea of having that as a MasterChef pressure test.
Yeah, you know what? I would venture to say almost none of them would know what to do with it.
Oh, and I love this comment from Judy. I think this one will finish up spam comment. Wham bam, thank you, spam.
Thank you, Judy. High five.
All right, ladies, we're almost at the end of the show again tonight.
No.
Yeah, true. So we're just going to go into our final segment of the night, which is bingeable.
Ah, yes.
Does anyone remember what this was?
Actually,
Yeah, well, everybody's at home and they're binging and they're always, if you look on your Facebook feed, there was always somebody asking, I just finished watching everything of Peaky Blinders. What else can you recommend? Or I'm watching, The Alienist, or I'm watching, whatever. And people are always asking for recommendations. So this is the time when you've got one.
I'll give you a bit of a recommendation. Stephen and I are addicted to Jimmy Carr's little tiny quiz of the lockdown. And it's on YouTube every day. And he will ask you 5 general knowledge questions and 5 really awful, tortured questions. And then he'll give you the answers afterwards. And it's a bit of fun. And it's nice to see Jimmy Carr doing some family-friendly
Doing some what? You cut out there for Oh, right. Because he's so snarky. Is he still snarky?
Yeah, and downright obscene if you see him live. But yeah, still snarky, still looks like a ventriloquist dummy, but quality quiz on every day, I think apart from Sundays. So look him up on YouTube.
Nice. And what's it called again?
Jimmy Carr's little tiny quiz.
Yes, Jimmy Carr's little tiny quiz of the lockdown.
Oh,
we're on week 4 already.
Great. Cool. All right. My bingeable suggestion is, I was talking to Mum and Dad the other day. Apparently, if you haven't, or I think it's on Netflix, Life After, with Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And so that's been out for a while. The reason that I bring it up is because apparently the new version of the second season is coming out very soon. So if you are interested in Life After with Ricky Gervais, it's a really beautiful show about his wife who passed away. This stuff.
Right. Trying to adjust. Yeah, he's trying to adjust.
Tale of how he's suicidal after his wife has died of cancer. Really funny.
Yes.
It's called Afterlife.
Not death, please.
Afterlife.
It killed me. Yeah.
Afterlife. It's just a lovely show, and I think his relationship with his dad is quite great value. Look, everyone, for giving me the right titles. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that's my one. Kay, how have you got anything?
No, because I hardly watch screen things, but maybe on another show we can do some bingeable books, or we can do some book recommendations and stuff, because I tend to, I have 2 types of books that I read. I read stuff that's instructional for me. Either it's self-help or it's a topic that I'm really interested in, history or science or whatever the hell. And I read stuff that is just fun to read. And I like murder mysteries. Boy, murder is fun. So I read a lot of the classics, and I read a lot of the new writers and all that kind of stuff. And I also try to get books that are written by comics, because I'm in the business. And I really like to see the one book that I can recommend for you right now. It's a comic here in Australia. And it's a really interesting book. It's funny, it's poignant, it's very instructional in terms of, that explains a lot about that guy. So the name of the book is The Crappiest Refugee, and that's by Hung Lee. And Hung is a friend, and I work with him a lot the last couple of years. And he escaped from Vietnam during the war. The last thing out, came on a boat, saw people killed, hilarious. But all the changes of moving to Melbourne and adapting and all these different things, it is really by turns funny, touching, poignant. It's really, and it's hilarious and especially if you know him, it's even more hilarious. But even without that, it's quite a good book, and I would highly recommend it. So I've got a whole bunch of books by comics or about comics that I would be happy to recommend, including a lot of female comics, because that's our business as well. So I would say that. Although I am dying to see Unorthodox on Netflix, and getting in touch with my Jewish roots, and everyone says that's really, really good. Yeah.
No. Fabulous. Yeah. Cool. Easy done. Alrighty, and we've got a couple of quick suggestions. Ian suggested Babylon 5, and Kate Hennig suggested Sex Education on Netflix, Killing Eve on iView, and Dickinson on Apple. So it's good to see she's going across the spectrum of the subscription services there, Kate. Thank you.
Oh, and Rod says someone has their computer speaker on, causing there's an echo in your voices.
That would be trying to do tech.
Yeah. I don't know how that works.
Mum's trying to work.
Rach is asking. Oh, I just lost it. Rach says, when you do the recording, when you record the segments, can you see the subtitles? Some of what you say doesn't match the subtitles. I didn't know we had subtitles. What country are we in?
That's just to practice your reading while we're doing it.
Yeah. This is not just a fun show, it's educational.
Yeah. And Rach has suggested Brené Brown, Call to Courage on Netflix. Nice one, Rach. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, and we've had a request from Kelly Thomas. Where is Treehouse Husband tonight?
Oh, do you think Glenn fed her that?
Yeah, he read it because he said, I'm in my office.
Yeah, he says he's in his office. It's like, told you, ladies.
About, 10 feet down the hall.
Oh, you know what? I reckon if it's all right with Glenn, maybe we can get him on for the next segment on Tuesday night's show. We can have a
production manager. Yeah, don't do that.
If you think that would be a great
idea, look. Get out.
That's that. Now you know the time delay.
There he is, Kelly. Just for you.
No idea. I don't spend enough time with him. He has to come in on the 1/2 an hour that I don't see him. The fuck is wrong with that?
All right.
It's subtitled automatically generated. Yeah, I think we better wrap this sucker up. Originally we said, we just do a little 20-minute. That's all, like 40 minutes. So blabbity blabbity blah. So you know what? Facebook page is always open. Please send us your comments there. If we haven't acknowledged you tonight with all your comments, thank you so much for listening in and helping us. So you can always still comment on the Facebook page if you have any questions to ask a mom, or if I want to see your bra things, please. I need more inspiration on the bra thing. So do whatever you need to do. You can dress it up. You don't have to just use the bra. You can do like things. Do whatever, and it'll be fun. So whatever, the page is always open. So please ask, or tell us what you want to hear or what you don't want to hear, or whatever. So, but be nice. We're so sensitive. But anyway, yeah.
Cool. And have you got any final words, Maggie?
Just have a great weekend, everybody. Tell us. We'd like to know what you get up to in your recreational time, because some of us who are working from home actually just have roughly the same amount of recreational time as we usually have. So last week we had driveway coffees with my sister, where we were sitting very far apart, but we could at least still see each other and have a chat. So tell me, what do you do to pass the time?
Nice. That sounds good. Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for joining us live on the
one last thing though, Kate. When we rerun this on Sunday, what time?
We're going to put the replays up at Sunday at 5.
Okay.
So if you would like to watch the replays, they'll be there. But actually, you can watch them right now. But we might just join them together and make it one big super show on the Sunday. But it'll be basically episode 1 and episode 2 together.
So on that week, both episodes will play on the Sunday, the following
On
Sunday.
Sunday, yep, on the Sunday at 5. And then we will be back live again on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. So we would love to have you join us then. And I think that's pretty much a wrap for episode 2.
For episode 2.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much for joining us, and hi to you if you're watching the replay. And we'll see you again on Tuesday night.
See you Tuesday.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
And no more from you, Rod.